This NBA season has been a bit up and down with the whole virus situation, but finally with the playoffs about to start, I think we should look forward to seeing what the latest draft class holds for us. But before that, let's take a look at what may have been one of the worst draft classes to have ever existed. Let's backtrack to 2000, when the worst draft class to have ever been compiled was awaiting to be selected for their teams. The first pick was a decent player. His name was Kenyon Martin and he made the All-Star team in 2004. However, things only seem to have gone downhill from there, as the next picks were Stromile Swift, Darius Maile, Marcus Fizer and Mike Miller. Perhaps the two most notable names here are Darius Miles and Mike Miller, first being an actor in a popular basketball film and the second being Rookie of the Year with 2 rings. Only one player shines out as an amazing player, and he was selected in round 2 with the 43rd pick. Michael Redd was selected for an All-Star game and the All-NBA 3rd team. 8 players hadn't even played in a single regular or postseason game. It wasn't that any of these players were busts, it was just that they weren't good in the first place. However, one player that still plays from that draft class today is Jamal Crawford, and he's turned out alright. However, it's always good to look for the sunny side, and this was a tough decision between 2 classes. First being the famous 1984 draft class and the 1996 draft class. The first may ring a bell for a lot of people. Hakeem Olajuwon was chosen first, and he would go on to become arguably the greatest post player in NBA history. He would also win 2 NBA championships and would take the finals MVP both times. He was also the 1994 MVP and 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Another big name was Charles Barkley, or as he's also known, the round mound of rebound. He's an MVP, 11-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA team, and a legendary figure in the NBA history. John Stockton was chosen by the Utah Jazz, and he is the all-time NBA leader in assists and steals, and he's been in 2 consecutive NBA finals. He is also a 10-time All-Star, and chosen at the 3rd pick was Michael Jordan. Everyone knew this name was coming. A 6-time champion, 6-time finals MVP, 5-time league MVP, defensive player of the year, 14-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA first team, 10-time scoring champion, 9-time All-Defensive first team and Rookie of the Year. And that's not even it. But coming up close in second is the 1996. The only reason it was close was because although 1984 had some huge names, the 1996 had record breakers and leaders. Allen Iverson was the first pick, one of the best little men to ever play the game. An 11-time All-Star, 2001 MVP and 4-time scoring champion. His legendary crossover has embarrassed so many players. People don't give this guy as much credit as they should. At the 13th pick was Kobe Bryant, straight out of high school. His resume is a long list. He is a 5-time NBA championship, 2-time finals MVP, 1-time league MVP, 13-time All-Star, 2-time scoring championship, 9-time All-NBA first team, 9-time All-Defensive team, 4-time All-Star Game MVP, and one of the most clutch players of all time. And he scored an 81-point game. With these 2 greats came Steve Nash, a 2-time MVP, 7-time All-Star and simply one of the best point guards ever. Also included was Ray Allen, who hit that extremely famous clutch shot, and Peja Stojakovic, 2 of the best 3-point shooters ever. There was a defensive killer Marcus Camby, the dominant big man Jermaine O'Neal, Antoine Walker, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Stephon Marbury, and Sharif Abdul-Rahim all helped make the greatest NBA draft class of all time. This brings us up to 2021. This draft class brings a lot of promise and there are some big and well-known names on the list. These players are predicted to be the next biggest legends. Considering that they have never been seen playing at NBA levels, this is a big assumption to make. But this takes us to our first projected pick, being Cade Cunningham. No doubt the player to last the ages in the NBA, as he's an elite 2-way guard who can score at a high level, facilitate at a high level and defend at a high level. Coming up in second is a player who might have had the most experience playing at the highest level, Jalen Green. He decided to skip college and went straight to the G League. But despite that, he's still a number 1 pick contender because of his elite athleticism, defensive versatility and sheer bounce, giving him the advantage to impact the game in every way. On number 3 is Jonathan Kuminga. I won't speak on him too much because he could reclassify for the 2022 draft, but he is a prospect to watch. But now the first big man on this list is Evan Mobley, a paint beast with the skills of a point guard, and he is definitely a threat to look out for. Looking at all these draft classes really does show how the game is continuing to evolve into something that could have only been dreamed about before. Big men with the skill set of guards, players becoming more athletic and stronger. It is a step up from the game that we are used to. Although there are doubts about whether this is a step in the right direction or not, there is no doubt that the future younger generations of players will continue to revolutionize the game.